Sometimes it's not just about you.
What?
Sometimes it's multiple people in this little circle of guitars and love.
Oh my God.
And we were coming up with this came from a story that I saw on the news feeds, but just things you can do that are romantic with your guitars. Not grotesque. We're not going there. That's not what this channel is about. Just romantic ideas, thoughtful romance. Things you can do.
Thoughtful things.
And we're going to get right into it in a minute. So click like, subscribe.
Hit the L bell.
Thank you very much for joining us. Number one came from this article I saw about a couple getting married, and instead of exchanging wedding rings, they exchanged Gibsons. And I thought they were hair metal folks.
I feel like that's really practical.
It's practical, and then in the article they were saying we were more excited about this than getting married almost.
Sounds to me like they really found their soulmate. Because that's awesome.
I'm sort of summarizing a little bit out of their words, but no, they were really excited about that than the wedding maybe, because wedding's a wedding, it's a party, but you get cool guitars.
I mean, I've never wanted to use my wife's wedding ring, but I might use her Gibson if she had a wedding Gibson.
Yeah, I wouldn't even know how to use a wedding ring.
No, I don't know.
I don't wear
it. Won't fit on my giant finger.
Number two, this is something I did.
You did do this.
You can use your guitar as the guest book.
Sometimes we lie to people and tell them it's like the Beatles.
Or Eric Clapton signed. We went follow Eric Clapton on tour, but it's hanging in the shop somewhere. And we had everyone that came, and it wasn't my idea.
It's a great idea. It was
Taylor's. Yeah, she came. I wouldn't have.
It's a fantastic idea.
I had nothing to do with my wedding.
I always assumed it was your idea.
I just showed up. And that's kind of how I think it should be.
And it was arranged.
It pretty much was. It was like, shalom, we just get kids done. Bam. But when, no, I say, I don't know. I see guys getting super involved in the weddings. I'm like, I don't know, man. What are you doing?
I was like, oh, what? This makes you happy? Awesome. I'll just go over here.
I'll decide. I say, no, I want the flowers to be like this. I want the drinks to be like this. I'm like, all right, dude, just chill out. I mean, relax, bro. It's just a party. I don't know. If that's your thing, it's your thing. I'm sorry. I don't mean to belittle, but okay.
I don't know.
Yeah. So, but it's really neat though, because if you have a book, most likely you've lost the book.
Yes.
And you're moving around, you've been renting apartments, and you're renting a house, and you're buying your first house, and it's gone. What's another one we could have? Let's do number three.
Number three, guitars for your newborn.
Now this is actually really sweet. I've had multiple people do this now.
I know it's a thing, but it's pretty cool.
No, it's Michael, a dear friend of mine. He sort of launched this off a long time ago. With when he was having his first child, he had a guitar commissioned and built, and then he actually had the names put on the back of the guitar as well, with a nice relic work. It was a very cool guitar.
That was a super cool guitar.
Super cool guitar. Yeah. But but it's something neat. This guarantees that this is a guitar you're not going to sell.
Yep.
It becomes an heirloom piece.
Yep.
And it's just, it's sort of and you can't divorce your kid. So it's there forever, so this isn't like, your wife's guitar. That can go away. She can take that with you. But
but I do feel like once you have children, one of the, it's very, I think most wives see it as very romantic when you do cool, like memorable things like that for your children.
It's also a great excuse to get yourself a new guitar. If you've been looking for that reason, we're trying to help you here.
You just need to have a kid.
The kids are pretty much free, and they're no trouble at all. So it's but it's all worth that guitar at the end of the day, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I laugh at my friends that don't have children, not because they don't have children, but when they're like, "Oh man, I just had it tough. I didn't sleep really well last night." I'm like, "Shut up." Or
I've slept for 8 years.
Oh, I mean, 8
years.
I didn't get. I was so busy this weekend. Shut up.
Yeah,
just be quiet. I was laughing at my kids, because I have one that's almost 10 and. So it's 9, 6, and 4, whatever. But I was like, between all of you, collectively, I have 20 years of experience now. If I just add all of your ages here, I am an expert at this. You guys have taken at least 80 years of my life away.
At least.
But it's a great excuse to get yourself a new guitar. Now, number 4 is personal to you.
You could propose with a guitar.
Tell us about this.
So what I did is I hid the ring. Well, I set this all up with my wife now, who's somehow stayed married to me for almost 20 years. But isn't that weird?
20 years.
20 years.
And by the way, she looked wonderful the other day when she came in. She's been like doing something crazy. I don't know if it's skin, hair, like just working out, whatever. She's like, she looked happy. She's full of energy.
Weird, right? Crazy.
I mean, like, she's just worried that everyone out there is just gonna steal you away. I think.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, Paul, put your fork down. I know.
She's pretty fantastic. Today, I know that when you guys see this, it won't be. But today is actually her birthday.
It is her birthday. I knew it was. I thought it was
actually
tomorrow.
her birthday. Today.
Because today is
The 26th.
my
of
friend
January.
Paul Tobias. Not Paul Tobias. I'm sorry. Yeah, it is Paul Tobias. I know not Tobias Music though. A different Paul. He looks exactly opposite. Happy birthday to your wife.
Yeah, happy birthday.
And so you put the guitar.
So I put the ring box open in the little middle section of the guitar.
An acoustic guitar, isn't it?
Acoustic guitar. And then I said, we were leaving. She thought we were leaving, but we weren't. I said, I left my wallet in my guitar case. Could you go grab that for me? And when she did, there was the ring, and she turned around, and then there was me on one knee.
What'd she do?
She cried. She thought about it for a few weeks. No, I'm just saying. She said, yeah.
I was hoping to get someone better.
Oh, God.
To propose.
This might be the best that I can pull.
Does
but,
she like being married to you still?
I think so. Most of the
Okay.
time. You know?
Okay, I'm just curious. I don't know with my wife.
Just stuck with me at this point, I guess.
I don't know. I feel like they can always get away.
I mean, that's true.
Okay.
But
That's pretty cool. So no, if you're in this is a smart idea too. So like, ladies, fellas, it doesn't matter. If you're in the mood to propose and using this and you want to trick them into like understanding your love for guitars, it ties it in. Now tell me about this guitar. Where's this guitar today?
The guitar itself wasn't important.
You sold it, didn't you?
Well, what was horrible is
Did you sell it?
yes. I also had this little song that I played at our wedding on it, which I didn't really understand this. That made it even more sentimental. She never liked the guitar. She said it looked like a giant peanut because it was koa.
Do you say peanut or penis?
Peanut. Damn. Could have been a penis. But a peanut. But yeah. But so when I traded it away, I just thought she wouldn't care. She was very.
Our friend Z, he played for his wife at the wedding as well.
I've seen the video.
Have you seen the video?
I have.
It's a wonderful performance.
It is.
I believe it was Sir Ed Sheeran that he was performing.
Of course it was.
I mean, I just saw the text explosion this morning when like John Mayer just announced his solo. I think his pants exploded. I don't know which side exploded. They definitely exploded. Like jeans ripped off. It was like
both all in once.
It was like She-Hulk. It's something you just don't want to watch, but you can't take your eyes off of it. That's just what happened in his home when he saw John Mayer's going on a solo tour, saving all that John Mayer band money.
That's right.
And he's like, I'm just going with my guitar.
Put this in my pocket.
Number 5. This is one that you have to be very careful with. And we see this happen quite often, and I advise against it a lot of times, but it can be done. And so it's the ultimate girlfriend proving device is when a girlfriend buys her boyfriend, and it's always a girlfriend buying a boyfriend a guitar. And the reason I'm always hyper nervous about this, and sometimes I say, don't do it. Don't do it. You're going to break up. How many relationships have you been in that have worked out? She's like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, are you married? She's like, no. So you have a 100% fail rate thus far.
Absolutely.
It's just the guy you're going to marry because you're getting ready to spend maybe $1,000, maybe more.
Darling, I know that I'm providing you a place to live, paying all your bills while you chase your dreams, but you need this new guitar. That's all I can think.
Because I mean, most of these guys would be homeless without you. We appreciate you. We've all been there. Thank you for everything you do for us.
Yes.
Taking pity on us.
Sort of like the oldest guitar player trope.
But I highly recommend you get a contract that upon breakup, this guitar is returned to said girlfriend. You don't get to keep it. Yes, it's not worth what it was when you bought it.
But at least,
This happened recently with and I was it happened with a couple. I do love them. His name starts with D. That's all I'll say. Wonderful guy. Like his name's Dustin. His girlfriend bought him a guitar. And it was wonderful. And I was like, at first she was like, I'm going to buy a guitar for my boyfriend. I'm like, no. And then she's like, no, she's really good. I'm like, and then she finally told me who he was. Like, okay, I actually like this guy. You guys.
Which makes a difference.
And like, if worst comes to worst and you come to your senses one day and you realize this who he is, you can probably get your guitar back. Or you just give it to him because you're better than he is. But they're a wonderful couple. But in general, I'm very weary of this. But it's something you can do.
What are you going to do?
Don't buy guitars for your cats and your dogs.
No.
They don't. You can use it. You can name it after your cats and dogs.
I mean, if that's your excuse to buy yourself a guitar, I'm fine with that.
I mean, anything an excuse is pretty much good.
Yes.
Now we need your help. Fill out this more.
5 more. At least we need at least 5 more so we can do a part 2 video.
Make ridiculous ideas down there. This is like Sean will be combing through those, be like, oh my God, this is the worst thing I've ever heard. We'll make a video out of that now.
We could.
It's like,
God, that's a great idea.
The worst thing.
You guys would do all our work for us. And we just read things you said.
Pretty much. That's what Chat GPT is. Then.
And I mean, what could be more romantic than that?
That's romance. That's the modern day marriage with us. Thank you for joining us.
We'll see you next time.
Enjoy your time out there.